Hello friends, this is Durga from ITversity. As part of this video, I will try to show how we can actually create a Oracle 11G RAC database using Oracle Cloud. Okay, so for that, first we need to sign into cloud.oracle.com. Click on sign in and click on sign into my account. And if it already remembers your username and password, it will automatically let you log into this. And then you have this Oracle database cloud service here, and first you need to make sure you are in the right identity domain, and this is not the identity domain I want to demonstrate how to create a RAC database. So I am changing it to whatever identity domain I want to use. In this case it's USAG soft. And then once you use that, go to the Oracle database cloud service and click on this icon and click on my services, and then it will take you to the service console. Again, it will ask you for the username and password. The username and password are same, and you need to make sure that the identity domain is the one which you are trying to use. Otherwise it will not let you log in, or it can have some issues. So click on sign in. It is very important to understand that you have to go to services of a particular to go to particular service console. You have to click on my services of that service, so that it will take you to the correct identity domain. Okay, now you are inside USAG soft itself. There is and now you can click on open service console for this one. Where is it? So this is the service console which you need to click, which is mapped to the right identity domain. And to create the database as a service, you have to click on create service. You can choose either hourly or monthly and click on next. And as we are trying to create a 11G RAC database, you can choose this one and click on next. And then if you want to create RAC and if you want to get all the features when it comes to Oracle 11G database, you have to use Extreme Edition, Enterprise Edition Extreme Performance. Click on next, and then you have to set up as a RAC only. Then you can give the name, you can give the description, you can click on edit, add the key value, and then you can give the administration password. You need to remember this has to be used to log in into the database using system, sys and other super users of Oracle database. And then you can choose local storage only, and then you can click on next, and the database will be created. Okay, so it will take 20 to 30 minutes to create the database. Once the database is created, as I have demonstrated earlier as well, you have to go to the compute cloud service, and click on the network. And now we are actually working on ITversity temp. So we have to go to the ITversity temp rules, and we have to enable certain ports to actually use the database in covering all the aspects of it. So let me click on second one. So here it starts ITversity temp. So if you want to use Oracle database console, you have to update this. Means 1158 is the port number which will be used for the database console. I think it will be used for Oracle Enterprise Manager. Okay, and once you enable DB console, you can enable DB Express also. This one is also sorry, not this one. I have to go to the second page. Okay, so this one is to connect to the database using the SQL developer I have shown earlier also. Sorry, I have to click on to. Okay, let me search for IT temp and hit enter. Okay, and you have to enable this so that you can actually use tools like SQL developer to connect to the database. Enabled, update, and SSH is already enabled. This is for I think Apex 5500. Yeah, 5500 I think is for Apex. Okay, again it went to everything. Varsity temp. Okay, and this one is Oracle listener. I let me start this also, or enable this as well, so that I don't have any issues to demonstrate what I am trying to do. Except 6200, I will be enabling everything. Update it, and then again it went off. IT Varsity temp. The last one, 5500. Update. So now all 5 ports are enabled, and you can go to the database service. And first, let us see how we can actually use our SQL developer to connect to the database. So click on this one, and you have 2 IP addresses, 129.144.12.62 and 129.144.14.45. Okay, for that, so first let us see how we can actually connect using tools like SQL developer. You can create new connection, IT Varsity temp Oracle Cloud, and username is system. You have to give this password which you have used while creating the database. Save password. Here you have to give the IP address 129.144.12.62 and port number is 1521. SID you cannot give ORCL. The reason is it's a RAC database, so you cannot just give ORCL. And also to connect to using the terminal, what you have to do is you cannot use Oracle yet on this RAC database. It will fail, saying that permission denied, because only OPC user is opened on the RAC databases for some reason. So we have to give OPC yet. OPC is a standard user that is created as part of the Oracle Cloud, and hit enter. And this guy can sudo to any user including Oracle. So you can go to Oracle home and then network admin ls-ltr, and you can do the TNS names, cat on TNS names. So there is only one listener on this, which is scan listener, and you cannot directly use ORCL as SID, and also you cannot use this host address to connect to it as part of your SQL developer. So you have to give the individual IP address unless you create services and use those services to connect. You cannot use the service name also. Instead, you have to use SID, and as part of the SID, you have to identify what is the seed for each of your database. So for that you can do SQL plus slash as sysdba, and you have a view called $database, and in this you can use our cluster seed, our cluster name, which is ORCL in this case, and prefix with the number you are trying to connect. So in this case you can use the instance ID. 1 minute, there should be other, yeah. So you have to use $, instance, which have the instance name and host name, and instance name is ORCL1 and ORCL2. ITOST temp1 is host name for it, and ITOST temp2 is host name for this one. So now you can go to here. ITOST temp1 is mapped to this IP address, and we used this one to connect, and on this the seed is ORCL1. So if you want to create to this instance, so RAC is nothing but multiple servers supporting one database, and you can connect to any of the instance supporting that database. In this case we have two instances, ORCL1 and ORCL2, and that is represented by seed. So we have to use this one as part of seed here, ORCL1, and it should match with the mapping between instance name and host name from $, instance to whatever instance you are trying to connect. In this case I am trying to connect to this one, so I have to use this one, and then click on test. It is success. You can save it and you can connect to the database. Okay, so this is how you can actually connect to the cluster using the IP address, using OPC as user to the servers in the cluster, and this is how you can connect to the database using SQL Developer. Okay, now we have seen the server connectivity and database connectivity, and next one is I want to show you how you can actually get into Oracle Enterprise Manager. Oracle Enterprise Manager comes out of the box when you go for extreme performance. So for that you can actually click on this and click on Open EM Console. You have to expand this, add exception, and confirm security exception. And now you are in the Enterprise Manager console, and you have to use system as the username, and whatever password you have given while creating the database, hit enter. So now we logged into the database, but if you see, there are some errors in the database, and there is a reason for that. There is a bug in the current version of Oracle Cloud. They might fix it very soon, and the bug is it tries to connect to the database instances or databases using incorrect port number as part of the database connectivity, as part of the database connectivity string. And this will demonstrate this when you try to log in to check the performance. If you see, it is using 1158 as the port number, whereas the listeners are configured on 1521 port number. So we have to fix this. For that you can click on cancel here, and click on cluster. Okay, click on the host, click on administration. So it is pointing to the right, so wrong port, 1158. 1158 is for the Manager console, not for the databases. So if you click on monitoring configuration in the database section, you will see this window, and if you can see that it is trying to connect using port number 1158 to this seed to collect the data from the instances in the RAC cluster on Oracle Cloud. It's an issue with Oracle Cloud itself. I hope they will fix the issue very soon. To modify it, you can choose these ones, click on edit, okay, and then you can change the port number to 1521, and you can immediately do the test connection, and you can see that connection was successful, and click on OK, and then choose the other one also, click on edit. 1521 is the port number, click on OK, and now you can click on next. Just to complete the configuration, click on submit. Now it will save the configuration and click on OK. So to again recollect, because I went back and forth several times, so when you actually provision a 11G RAC database from Oracle Cloud, the Oracle Enterprise Manager tries to connect to each of the instances using port number 1158, which is not correct, and we have to change it to the correct port number looking into the listener. In this case it's 1521. To change that, you have to click on the database, make sure the database is selected. On any page you will see this monitoring configuration link. You have to click on that, and you have to change the port number to the correct one, which is 1521 in this case. Once it is done, now all the errors will go away very soon. It will take a little while, but all the errors will go away for sure. Let me click on this performance. Earlier when we try to click on the performance, if you remember, it again prompted for username and password, and then it failed. Now it actually went into the performance tab also, and you can actually start monitoring your database performance using the performance tab in the Oracle Enterprise Manager. Okay, so slowly all the errors will go away, and we are able to log into the performance tab also. So it's very important to take all these actions, provision the database, open up the ports, and also if you fail to connect to the Oracle Enterprise Manager with full functionality, then it could be a scenario where it is a bug in Oracle Cloud. You have to understand the issue and fix it so that you can use this database with full functionality. So we'll be using this RAC database for several of the demos as part of my channel. That being said, I hope you are enjoying the content on my channel. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you have any feedback or if you want to ask any technical questions, please use the comment section of the video. And if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. You will get to see a lot more content like this over time. Thank you. Bye.